In my previous videos, I've been showing you how to set up AI image generation and video generation running on AMD GPUs, but today we're taking it to the next level. This fork of ComfyUI uses AMD's official ROCm libraries and it works for all RDNA GPUs. Plus, it supports Sage Attention, Flash Attention, and Triton. I'll walk you through the entire setup from scratch, download and install, and get your first image generating in under 10 minutes. So, if you've got an AMD GPU, this is the video you've been waiting for. Let's dive in. Alright, so what you want to do is go to your empty folder, press right click, and open in terminal. This will hopefully open the PowerShell terminal, and what you have to type is git-v. This will check your Git version. Make sure that you have that installed. Now what you want to do is press the code button over here and press copy to clipboard. Now you'll type git clone and paste in the GitHub repo. This will clone the project files into your empty directory. Once that's done, you can type in ls and you'll see that you have the ComfyUI ROCm directory that we just cloned. You can press cd to change into it and clear the terminal. If you type ls, you'll see all of the files that we have, and now all you have to do is type install.bat. So this script will actually install everything that you need for ComfyUI and ROCm and for all RDNA versions. As you can see by the title, it supports AMD GCN5, I'm not sure what that is, and Vega, and RDNA 1, RDNA 2, RDNA 3, and RDNA 4. So it's setting up the environment and setting up pip and Python. So the nice thing about this is that it all comes pre-packaged, so you don't even need to download Python on your system. Now this is the cool part where it detects your GPU and it detects your architecture. So in my case, it detected GFX 120X, which is the one that's for the 9000 series. And it's also installing ROCm for this specific version. In your case, if you're using an older RDNA GPU, it would say RDNA 3, 1, or 2, and it will show that the architecture that you have. Now keep in mind, you will have to have these prerequisites, so Git as we mentioned, and the runtime library, and Visual Studio build tools. These are pretty simple to install, you just press the link and download. And now one bit of information that's in the repo, it says here that you can have the --debug tag, and if you run it with the command, it will show more information about what's happening exactly. So if you're interested in that, you can try that out. And also, one thing to mention as well is this author of this repo used the RX 6800 XT. So in my comments, I've seen a lot of people mentioning that how do you run this on the old GPUs, or specifically even the 6000 series. So the author of this repo has tried and tested ComfyUI and it ran for him on this graphics card. So now once the installation has progressed, you'd see that's completed and we have the correct PyTorch version. We have the PyTorch version 2.13 and ROCm 7.13. So this is actually ROCm 7.2 and it says that we have ROCm available. So once you see this, it's a good sign and you can continue. And now to finally run it, it says run ComfyUI-user.bat. So we'll go ahead and do that and press enter. If you press tab, it will autocomplete. I'll show you guys one quick tip that a lot of people have been asking. So you can create a shortcut by right-clicking this bat file and clicking on show more options. And if you find the create shortcut button and press it and scroll down, you'll see that the shortcut has been created. Now you can rename it to whatever you want and just place it on your desktop. Now if you right-click that shortcut and go to the properties, you can see the change icon button. If you press OK on that, you can see the selection of icons, the default icons that you have. And you can, of course, import a custom icon. And now back to the install. So right now we're running ComfyUI. We're waiting for it to launch. Okay, so once it's about to launch, you will see that it shows and mentions the GPU that you have. Now make sure that it shows the GPU exactly, because sometimes you might have an integrated graphics card. So all you have to do next is copy the link and go to the browser and paste it. Now you'll see that you have ComfyUI up and running. Now I'll show you guys how to run ZImage Turbo. So this is the default workflow based on ComfyUI that you can find from the templates. Keep in mind this workflow uses the double precision of ZImage Turbo. On its own, ZImage Turbo is 6 billion parameters, which is roughly 6 gigabytes. But since we're using double, it's 2 bytes per each weight, so it's gonna be 11 gigabytes total. Now you can see that all of these links are where you can download and find the models that we need. So I'll go ahead and press on Qwen 3 4 billion and I'll show you guys where to install it. Usually it will be in the text encoders folder. If we go to our directory and scroll to the models directory and then go to the text encoders directory, we can save it over there. Now we can do the same thing for the ZImage Turbo model, and in this case we will gonna put it in the Diffusion models directory. So make sure to select Diffusion model and save it over there. Next up is the VAE. We're going to do the same thing, however put it in the VAE folder and save it over there. Once the models have been downloaded, all you need to do is refresh your ComfyUI by pressing R, and that will reload and make sure that all of the downloaded models have been recognized. So you have to go on each one and just make sure it's selected. Now we're ready to run our first workflow and generate our first image. Before we do that, let's open up Task Manager so we can track and see what's happening. If we press run now, our workflow starts, and by pressing the console button on the bottom left, you'll see the status of our workflow and what's happening while it's running. And now our memory is being filled up and our GPU memory is being used up as well. Alright, now we're doing the sampling stage, which is 4 steps for ZImage Turbo. It only needs that much. And you'll see that the iterations per second are going to take too long. So it's actually seconds per iteration. And we start out with 17 seconds per iteration. This is way too long. And now our image generated in 98 seconds. And as you can see, it's not that bad. And the text came out nice. But this model isn't that great usually for text. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. And the main issue is that it took so long to generate. And that's mainly due to the large model size. We'll try running it again for good measure. And this time the model is already loaded in memory, so hopefully it will be faster. Turns out it wasn't actually faster. This time it took 30 seconds per iteration. So we're gonna go ahead and move on from this workflow because realistically it's not ideal when you're using local models, but it did generate a similar image. So that's not bad. So right now I loaded a workflow that uses the custom nodes and uses the GGUF and quantized models. So in this case, I'm using the ZImage Turbo QKM. So there's many different versions and you can find them from the link on the left side. So in addition to that, we're also going to have to install some custom nodes. And I'll show you guys how to do that right now. You can press this manager button over here and press the install missing custom nodes. And over here, you'll see that the missing custom node is the ComfyUI GGUF package. You can go ahead and just press install and that will do all the steps. Just press select latest and wait for it to be done. It will tell you once it's done to press restart. This will restart the backend server and make sure that you have all the necessary pip packages. So this is the best part about having the manager, and it makes everything easier and reduce the headache from managing all the packages. Now the server is being restarted. And once that's done, we have to just refresh our browser. And there you go, you have the custom nodes. So now if we press on these links, you'll see all of these options for our models that we need to download and all the quantization levels. So I'm gonna go ahead with Q4 for both. And I went with Q40 for Qwen and Q4KM for ZImage. and the VA can be the same as before. Now the only difference is that for the quantized diffusion model, you actually have to put it in the UNet folder instead of the diffusion models folder that we did earlier. So that's the only difference that we need to do. And if you can see, the size of this model is 4.5 gigabytes, which is way less than before. Before it was 11 gigabytes. So this will fit nicely into a 16 GB VRAM. And for the text encoding, we can just put the Q4 Qwen 3 into the same text encoding folder. It doesn't have to be in the UNet folder. Now when you refresh, and make sure to select each model that we created, just to ensure that ComfyUI knows that we have them. And now we can basically just generate. However, I'm gonna actually take the same prompt that we had from before and put it here. Now we'll also modify some settings. We're gonna change the width and height of the image just to match the previous workflow, and we'll set it to 1024 for each. Also, by default, this workflow has a step size of 9, so we're actually going to match it and make it into a step size of 4, because ZImage doesn't need that many steps, and it will generate way faster. Now we're ready to run, and let's see how quick that is. So now it's loading all of the models that we need, and if we check our task manager, we'll see that slowly our VRAM is going to be used up. It loaded the text encoder model, which is the Qwen, and it's loading the diffusion sampler. So as you can see, we have 1.5 seconds per iteration as well. So this is way faster than before. And it actually generated it with the text nice and smooth. So this total workflow from before loading, it took 32 seconds. So we'll try again while having the model already loaded with this memory management that ComfyUI has, and hopefully that will be faster. We'll also adjust this to be randomized so we can have different outputs every time we generate. And let's run again. And this time we actually have a faster speed per iteration of 1.3 seconds per iteration. And there we go, it generated in 19.85 seconds. But the issue is that in this seed, it did not actually write the full text. It kind of compressed it into one word. The built with love became booth. Now, if you press on the assets tab, you can see the previously generated images, and you can compare between them. So there you have it, guys. This is how you generate images on ComfyUI, and specifically on AMD GPUs, and this works for all AMD GPUs, even the old generation ones. I've also tried out the video generation models. There will be a part 2 to this video where I show you guys what worked and what didn't work, and what are the next steps on how to generate videos using your AMD GPU. Please subscribe and like and comment and share. Don't forget to join the Discord community so I can help you out with any issues that you might have.